Hello guys, I want to present you today the Heckler & Koch P8, the standard secondary weapon of the German Bundeswehr. This model was produced by KJW Works and imported by the Umarex. That is an P8, not an USP. What's the difference? I will tell you a little bit later. And yeah, let's show you a little bit about detailed about the gun. The gun or the airsoft is no more in selling. It is no more produced by KJW Works, and it was the only one P8 model at the market as a gas blowback version. Yeah. Let's tell about markings. Markings are not on this gun. You see here the importer marking for the German law. You see here the fire and safe marking. You see here at the magazine 19 marking. At the other side you see the manufacturer marking, Kuan Ju Works, and you see the warning marking, and here the serial number. Well, should be serial number, yeah. That's the markings of the gun. Better to say there are no markings on it. Yeah, the functionality. The magazine. The magazine release button is here placed, and to release the magazine you have to push this button down, then the magazine will go out. Looks like this from the right side and from the left side. In this case, magazine, you can use this as left hand or right hand. Yeah, then the frame sounds very good, on my opinion. The frame lock, and you see I don't have big hands, and you see here is enough made that people with small hands can release the frame also. It does function. The last function of this gun is the safety, and I want to make a little comparison about the P8 and the USP. In this case it is an USPC, but it doesn't matter. The function of the safety is the same as the USP also. What's the difference? If I cock the gun, I can save it if I put down this selector. If I have an USP and cock the gun, I can make it safe only if I put this selector up. Yeah, that's two differences about these two guns. What will happen if we put this lever down as on the P8 model? it will decock the gun. Yeah. What will happen if we put the fire selector on the P8 up? It doesn't function. And what we have to do to decock the gun? We put the lever a little bit more down, as the safe position says, and then you can decock the gun in this case. Yeah, that's the differences between the P8 model and the USP model. Why is it so? The German Bundeswehr, before the P8 comes to the Bundeswehr, there was another pistol named Walter P8 P38, or named in the Bundeswehr intern naming as the P1, and the safety process and decocking process was at the P38 the same as here and at the P8. Yeah, and that the Bundeswehr don't have to explain to our soldiers how to use the new gun. They asked for Heckler and Koch to make a new safety for the USP and to name this gun as the P8. Yeah, that's the differences and the reason. Yeah, I want to show you the next a little bit specialties about the magazine of the KJW Works P8 or USP. Here is a little bit button, yeah, and if I put the gas out, if it looks like that, then it is not possible to fill the magazine with gas because it comes already out from the other side. To make it full, you have to push this button down, then the valve will go out a little bit, and then you can fill the magazine. Yeah, so that's the function. Then insert the magazine, load the gun, and shoot. And then you can decock the gun. Yeah. Yeah. Now I want to show you how to disassembling this gun. Yeah. At first we put out the magazine, then we put this finger to this small pin, push the upper frame back and push this pin through and put out the frame release button. Then we can put off the frame. That's the lower frame, that's the upper frame. Yeah. And on the upper frame we can put out the spring with the spring guide. Yeah, come on. You can see here's a small dumper for the recoil and the spring guide, and normally. Now you can put out the barrel. Oops. On this gun it doesn't function because here was the Chinese guy a little bit bad about the construction. You can't put out cause of the nozzle, the barrel out. That's the problem. To put out the barrel you have to disassemble the whole nozzle out of the frame. Yeah. What I have to say, the things herein are made very well. They are made of metal and very less pieces. That's what said me about the functionality and the durability of the gun. They are all made of metal. The inner barrel housing is made of metal, the outer barrel is made of metal, the upper frame is whole made of metal, only the nozzle is made of plastic. The spring guide is all things made of metal. The magazine is nearly made of metal, only the the upside down pieces made of plastic. The fixation of the frame is made of metal, and only the lower frame is made of plastic as on the real model. And here are all inner parts made very well, also of metal. The frame of the barrel is made of metal, the safety lever is made of metal, the trigger and the release button is made of metal. All things are important things are made of metal. That's okay. Now I want to show you how to put all these things again together. You have to look at that you put the spring guide with these lock pins to the upside in the right place. Then it looks like this, yeah. And then you take the lower frame, put the upper frame on it, push it a little bit back as before, put the upper frame lock in, and then release the slide. Then insert the magazine. A little bit check about the functionality. Does function. Peacock mode does function also. Mag also. That's the assembling about this gun. What I have to say about the disappointments or about the disadvantages of the gun. We have no markings on it. That's a disadvantage. All things are here a little bit loose. The inner bar, the outer barrel is a little bit loose. The inner barrel also a little bit. That's what the precision makes a little bit bad. It can be also good if you if the gun will fall in dirt. Yeah, and that's all about the disadvantages of this gun. And if somebody needs a shooting test of it, I will make one on the request. And thanks for watching.